dignifying our teachers with appropriate compensation, guaranteeing that they have a chance of living and working in our community rather than leaving for other communities. And in light of Parkland and Pittsburgh, since schools and temples are no longer off limits to murderous bullets, are we willing to vote for 362 to ensure that we have law enforcement presence at every single school, not just for this year, but for the long haul? Then the investment is no more for the typical homeowner than 39 cents per day, $3 per week, $12 per month. I'm going to say that again. 39 cents a day, $3 per week, $12 per month, for us to honor and dignify the work that our teachers have done. First, to guarantee high quality public education options for our kids. For us to ensure that teachers are compensated in a way that will be able to retain them in our community, particularly considering the competitive environment in Broward and Palm Beach. And lastly, to ensure that our children are learning, being inspired in a safe and secure place. And those who work with them are themselves safe in schools. And parents, when they drop them off at the school door, can have peace of mind in their hearts that no harm will come to them. That is why I believe Proposition 362 happens to be the most important question dealing with children on the ballot. The Miami Herald has endorsed it, the United Way has endorsed it, a number of cities have endorsed it, a number of chambers have endorsed it, and I'm very confident. But I need you. I'm not here to tell you how to vote, but I need you please to consider this important question, for it is a question about our future. I just left downtown, surrounded by hundreds of kids dressed up in all kinds of characters, and for me, I approached this year's Halloween with a heavy heart. I had a difficult time reconciling my presence at the Holocaust Memorial last night in reverent, deep thought and prayer with the happiness in kids' faces today. And kindergartners, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids, they want to be happy. They don't feel threatened. However, when you get to middle and senior high school age, I've spoken with many kids who ask questions. What a shame it would be if at the end of this year and this year we do have police officers deployed to every school, but that's a one-year solution. And I want to thank the city of Aventura and many other cities, actually 24 cities in our community and the county, for having pitched in and deployed their own police officers to secure our schools. But it came with a caveat that beyond this year, they cannot afford it. The only way that we can afford it is through 362. Now, some folks have asked, so how's the money going to be divided? Well, let's begin here. Number one, we will need a little over 400 police officers. We already have over 100 in place to generate the total funding we need to hire every single police officer we need for presence in every school. We need no more than 12% of the revenues from the referendum. For us to ensure that our teachers' salaries are catapulted from below national average to above national average, we don't need any more than 88% of the revenues. So the 88-12% split, 88% for teachers, 12% for safety and security. Also, this is explained through numbers. We have literally about 20,000 teachers and instructional personnel in schools. This is for classroom teachers, paraprofessionals, school psychologists, social workers, every single person in school who deals with kids. It is not for anything other than that, not for administrators, not for anything other than those who impact kids. The last point I'd like to make is this. before I turn it over to you and entertain your questions. I've been superintendent for a decade in our community. I have not broken a promise to this community. I recently, and I say it because one of you made a comment, I recently broke a promise to New York. I was going to go to New York. I felt after a decade here and having taken this school system along with our teachers, our principals, our board to new heights, now being seen widely as the highest performing urban school system in America. In every single grade level, African American students, Hispanic students, non-Hispanic white, across the board, our performance exceeds that of even wealthier districts like Broward, just to the north of us. I felt we've done enough here. And New York was had a powerful attraction for me. After all, the very first job I had in this country was washing dishes in Manhattan. And going back as chancellor had a nice ring to it. Until the community showed up, and until the board showed up and said, you know what? Yeah, we've accomplished a lot, but we have not done everything. And Alberto, our graduation rate is 84.2%, but you did promise 90% at some point. And then the parents showed up, and the teachers, and the kids. And the board, made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Not for more money, nothing. Simply saying, the journey is not over. We have not reached our full potential. Stay with us. And I did, and I have no regrets. I love the process.